In addition to the presidential, congressional, and statewide races, there are several local mayoral races happening in Cranston, Woonsocket, Warwick, Cumberland, and Pawtucket. Joe Cortez joins us now live in Cranston, where that race is gaining a lot of attention, Joe.
Yes, it is, Kate. Good morning. I mean, we can already see people are lining up at the polls. They're heading in for their vote. But this is a big one down here in Cranston. You have incumbent Mayor Ken Hopkins taking on his challenger, Robert Ferry. And it's been a widely discussed race for multiple different reasons. Now, 12 News hosted a debate in our studios. There was a lot of differences between the two, and tensions were very high. One of the big talking points was the city's financial health. Hopkins says it's in great shape and projecting millions of dollars in surplus. But Ferry was quick to disagree, citing borrowing money to do vanity projects, underfunding the schools, and cutting back services in the city. Another reason this race has been talked about so much, Hopkins is facing a lawsuit, accusing him of taking a classic car 3 years ago and still not paying for it. Hopkins and Ferry exchanged verbal blows over this controversy.
He lies about the things that represent me.
I'm not lying about you taking the car.
I represented an
Am I lying about you taking the car? Am I?
Mr. Hopkins,
Did you take the car without a title?
Mr. Ferry, we'll get to you in a moment. Mr. Hopkins?
Once again, this is the temperament that we're looking at. That differentiates me from Mr. Ferry.
And as you can see here, we had about 40 to 50 people lined up outside over here in Cranston for voting. And there's another mayoral race that is happening down in Woonsocket. So coming up in the next 30 minutes, I'll tell you more about what's happening in that race and what the voter turnout could be. For now, reporting live in Cranston this morning, Joe Cortez, 12 News.
All right, thanks, Joe. Data from Google shows the top question being searched right now, where to vote. Those people knew where to vote, but if you don't, you can get that answer right now, along with a sample ballot by scanning this QR code or going to WPRI.com/vote. Well, the Woonsocket mayoral race is also up for grabs.
Yeah, incumbent Christopher Beauchamp took over office after Lisa Baldelli-Hunt resigned. You may recall that situation. It was a scandal at the time, but she said the reason for her resignation was because of health issues.
Woonsocket City Council President John Ward is looking to take over the reins this election season. Joe Cortez joins us live with more. Joe.
Well, good morning, Kate and Patrick. This race has been very interesting between Ward and Beauchamp, mainly because of Lisa Baldelli-Hunt, who stepped down. It's been interesting because there's been a lot of back and forth on whether or not she has been involved in the campaigning or the administration since she stepped down back in November. Now, during a debate 12 News had moderated by Ted Nesi and Tim White, they sparred over the former mayor still having an impact on the current administration. Ward criticized Beauchamp for retaining two of Baldelli-Hunt's top staffers after taking over. Beauchamp pushed back at the allegations that his longtime friendship with the former mayor has kept her involved with the city, and saying that they haven't spoken in months and that she wasn't a part of the campaign. Now, when it comes to the homeless crisis, the candidates did agree it's an urgent concern, and they also agreed on the importance of tackling the opioid crisis that has hit Woonsocket especially hard.
You have to have a game plan. And we had that meeting. I was there, the council president was there, and we had a bunch of people talk to us about what these solutions can be.
I think there was not enough discussion about law enforcement's impact on cutting off supply. Not everybody is getting their opioids from the pharmacist. They're getting them on the street.
Now, back during the primary in September, Beauchamp and Ward both were able to get on the ballot today, but Ward was in first by 15%, and we're expected to see a much bigger turnout today, but we'll wait and see what happens. Reporting this morning for 12 News, I'm Joe Cortez.
All right, thanks, Joe. In Rhode Island, anyone who missed the voter registration deadline still has a chance to participate today. The state allows same-day voter registration for presidential elections only, meaning you will not be able to vote on any local races or ballot questions.